Well, hey everybody, happy last team call of February. It is nice to see all of your beautiful faces. I love it, love it, love it when you guys show up to Go Up. It means that everyone's minds are moving in the right direction. We are on the precipice of doing some really big things. There's a lot of big things happening in our business. We've got subscriptions happening. We've got people running for promotions in March. Every time I turn around, somebody's messaging me telling me that they're running for a promotion and how do we get there. And I am super duper freaking excited. But what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit now on this week's team call is a little mindset training, because sometimes as a leader, I feel like I don't know what to talk about. And so I'm always trying to find something to talk about, but I should just stick to what I'm good at. And what I'm really good at is mindset training. I am amazing at mindset training. I wrote a book about it, in case you didn't know. If you're new to the team, hey, how you doing? I wrote a book and you're welcome to look at it on Amazon. But I feel like a lot of people come into this business and within a few months, I've heard this several times, I just don't have the passion for it. And then they go on to something else. And so I wanted to address that for a second, because I think it's normal to feel that way, but raise your hand if you feel happy every single day of the week. Nobody? Not a single one of you? Raise your hand if you feel in love with your partner every single day of the week. I don't care if they're sitting there. You ain't got to raise your hand. I already know. Liar, Kate. Anything that is emotionally based is fleeting. It comes, it goes. We feel in love one day, the next day they get on our last nerves. We feel motivated to work out one day, the next day we want to eat cupcakes in bed with no pants on. Everything that requires an emotional charge to get it done fluctuates. And so if you are using passion as your fueling force for this business, you're going to end up running out of gasoline. You're going to end up running out of steam, because it doesn't last forever. We're not passionate all the time. We're not in love all the time. We're not happy all the time. We literally go up and down, in and out of these emotions. And so I noticed, like, I was thinking back about all the things I've been passionate about in my life. I've been passionate about a lot of different things, hobbies and things like that, including yoga, including Younique, including cooking. These are all things that I've been passionate about at a time in my life. But there's been other things that I've been passionate about in my life that I was in for a minute, and then they ended up fading out, because passion cannot be the only source of fuel that you're using to drive your business. All right. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about looking for alternative resources, solar power, wind power. How do we find some other sources of power in our businesses on days when we wake up tired, unmotivated, uninspired, and ready to throw in the towel? Because I don't want anybody to get to that place. And if we can learn some other ways to stoke the flames, we'll burn brighter for longer, right? I've said this many times before. We don't want to be a firework. We want to be a fire pit. Fireworks burst up into the sky. They dazzle and everyone's so impressed by them. But within a couple seconds, they're gone and never to be seen again. A fire pit, on the other hand, takes a little bit of time. It takes some understanding and some know-how. But once you get it going, it's roaring. It takes considerable amount of effort to put a fire out once it's like good and going, right? You got to get some buckets of water. You got to drench it on purpose. So that's the kind of businesses we want to be building. Fire pits, the kind that are just naturally going to keep going, even if you're not tending to it every single second of every single day. All right. And when I think about this a lot, I think about it like a marriage. And I kind of hit it on this a little bit already. But when I first got married, I love my husband, but there's the honeymoon phase. And we've talked about this before. That doesn't last forever. Within a couple of months, that initial burst of love from the wedding and the newness of being married fades away, and then you start finding their underwear on the floor and they start farting, and then you have to really decide if you're in it to win it or if it was just a phase. All right, so true anything that you actually want in life is going to take a lot of commitment through the ups and the downs. All right, so passion can't be your only driving force. And if you wake up in the morning and you think, I just don't really want to do it. I'm tired. I don't feel like going live. I'm tired. I don't feel like putting on my makeup. I'm tired. I don't feel like following up with my customers. I would say this to you. One of my favorite quotes that I have written upstairs on my mirror is, you are not tired. You are uninspired. So when you're not inspired, when you haven't found something to energize you, to get you going, you know, you're gonna feel tired. We don't have energy to run endlessly. But think about, like, whenever you get a good idea, like, oh my God, I'm gonna make this video. You will move hell and high water to make it happen, because that idea has fueled you. That inspiration has struck like a bolt of lightning and has you ready to run. If you've got, whether it's a post that you want to make, or a graphic you want to create, or a look that you want to try to make for your followers, whatever it is, it has to be inspired. And that's how we move a little bit more from our core center. All right, so one of the ways that you can keep moving in your business is to understand your powers. And passion is important, but your powers are more important. I was listening to this podcast, and the gentleman said his daughter wants to lose weight. And so he asked his daughter, he recommended to her to drink a gallon of water every single day. And after a week, he reached out to her and he said, have you been drinking your water? And she said, no, I don't really think about it. And he said, how often do you think about being fat? Excuse me? And the daughter said, I think about it every day, all day, every day. So the dad says, so you think about being fat all day long, but you don't think about the solution ever? And that gave me chills a little bit, because I feel like most of us think about our inadequacies, our insecurities. 99.9% of the time, we're in comparison mode, thinking about what Susie's got and what Janet's got and what Melissa's got. I tried to name people that weren't on this team so nobody felt attacked. You know, we're constantly trying to focus on our deficiencies and what we're not good at. We spend our whole day thinking about how we're not good at certain things. Whereas if we actually started focusing on what we're good at, what our talents are, what our powers are, and tunneled all of our energy into that, we could harness it and use it to our advantage. And suddenly we're a superstar in a single lane. You can't be good at everything, but if you get in your lane and you stick to it, then you can really thrive in that space. That's why I said, I know I'm good at mindset. I just need to give my team mindset, because that's what I'm good at. Right? Some of you are really good at organization. Not me. Do you see this? I'm not good at organization, but I know Black status presenters that got there because they're really good at being organized and having systems and having methodologies to back it up. They harnessed what they were really good at and they went all in on it. All right. I'm harnessing what I'm good at, and I'm going all in on it. And I'm going to stop paying attention to races that other people are running, because I cannot be good at what she's good at. I can't be the best at what she's the best at. I can only be the best at what my gifts are and follow those things. And each of you have those. You absolutely have those. Your passion will help you find them, but understanding your powers are going to really keep you going in this business. I know that I'm a good teacher. I know that I'm a good teacher. So I can break down things. I can help you understand complex concepts, you know, ABC style. I know that I'm good at mindset and understanding how the brain works and working on mantras and inspiring people. So rather than focusing on what was really weighing me down was like, I'm so unorganized. I'm so unorganized. And then I would sit in my bed and I would stew on it. And instead of going to get organized, I would pop on Netflix instead because I didn't want to face that demon. All right. You don't have to be good at everything, but I guarantee you there's one or two things that you're amazing at. And I want you to just go all in on those because those are your superpowers. Those are what's going to make you special. And that's what you're going to show up for every day because you know you're good at it. I'm good at this, so I'm going to do it every day. Holly's a dental hygienist because she's good at it. And people tell her she's good at it. And she shows up and she cleans those teeth like nobody's business. And her clients, her patients are bringing her presents because she's so good at it, because she's staying in her lane. She's not trying to be a horse whisperer. Okay? Stay in your lane. Find what your power is, harness it, and ride it into the sunset. Stop trying to be good at everything. You only got to be good at one or two things. All right. And then last thing I want to talk about is what your purpose is. Your purpose is different than your passion because, like I said, passion is emotional. It fluctuates. Your purpose is part of your DNA. You came into this world with a destiny, with a drive to create something. Each and every one of you signed up for this business because deep down inside of you, you felt a tug to do more with your life, to contribute more to society, to actually create something worthy of who you are as a person. You were tired of settling, okay? Your purpose is your core line, your core values. What's special about that really with Younique is that they give us our purpose if you want to harness into it. Our purpose with Younique is to uplift, say it with me, empower, and validate, okay? You can't fail at those things. You can't fail at those things. You can't fail at uplifting, you can't fail at empowering, and you can't fail at validating if that is your purpose for the day. You can fail at recruiting 3 people. You can fail at selling $1,000 a month, but you can't fail at our purpose, which is to uplift, empower, and validate. I also have some other purposes, which is to inspire, you know, which is to help other women suffering with child sexual abuse. These are parts of my purpose that I align with every single day. So when I'm feeling lackluster in my business, yes, Kate, I love those little buttons. When I'm feeling unmotivated in my business, I tap back into my purpose. I ask myself, I showed you, did I tell you guys my 4 questions last week that I have on my board right here? I ask myself these questions every day to remind myself of my purpose. I don't want to waste my time here, and I don't want you to waste your time here either. And the number one way to waste your time in this business is chasing passion about it, because it's not going to get you anywhere. You need to align yourself with your core values. You need to show up as the best version of yourself, and you need to do it. And if you can do all of those things, if you can pay attention to your passion but not hitch your horse to it, if you can hone in on your superpowers and really become good in those areas rather than focusing on what you're not good at, and if you can wake up every day and remind yourself of your purpose on this planet, that's how you start making a profit. That's it. Mic drop. Mic drop. That's how you want to make a profit, is aligning yourself with those things, your power and your purpose. Okay? And I just want to give each of you a reminder that you are enough. You have everything inside of you that it takes to be a successful person in this business. I am not different from you. I am not special. In fact, I had many hurdles that most of you are facing that I had to step over as well to get where I am. The only difference in me and those that have left this business not successful is that I chose not to quit. And I kept saying, I know I can do this. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how many times I have to get back up and dust myself off. I will not quit. Mainly because of you guys. All right. So I want you all to be motivated and know that these are the kind of things that re-inspire you, that light a candle in your business. I want you, nobody can work forever. Nobody can work unlimited hours a day. But if we can harness that time and be intentional with it, it doesn't matter if you're working your unique business 8 hours a day or for 80 minutes a day. Accumulative over the course of a day, you can be successful. I know lawyers that are Black status working a full-time job as an attorney. They also are successful in this business. All right. So move the excuses out of the way, pay attention to your passions, but tap into your power and your purpose, and you will find the fuel that you need to jump on your business and run it. All right. Last week I told y'all, you better not come this week without questions. Who's got questions? Somebody does. Nicole, I see you. I see you want to ask a question. Go ahead.
So does the spray foundation that comes out March 2nd, right? Well, restocks, right? Yeah. Okay.
It is restocking, but what I was told is, and I just want to go ahead and let you guys know because I want to protect you, is that there is a possibility that it'll be released in limited supply, and once it comes out and it's released that very first batch. So if you're taking pre-orders, you want to make sure you're in queue before anybody else, because they might not even release enough to get through that first day, and it'll only be available as part of the subscription service. So be very careful about taking a whole lot of pre-orders, just because if they don't release it, you don't want to have egg on your face and have to go back to those customers who were super excited about getting this innovative, awesome product, and now you're like, oops. So yeah. I'm all for pre-orders usually, but in this circumstance, I'm not even doing it because I don't want to get, I will sell 10 of them, especially in organza and velour and lace, because the people have been waiting for those forever.
Right.
But it's just not even worth it to me to make false promises. I'll tell them I can do my best. And maybe that's a good thing to say. If you want to take pre-orders, I'm going to do my best. It's not guaranteed. I'll get in line. I'll get what I can get. Pay me now so I can get it if it's there. But if it's not, I'll just refund you your money.
Got it.
As long as you manage their expectations ahead of time, it's going to be okay. Just be careful of over-promising something you can't deliver. And the unique presenters don't play when it comes to launch day. And I know, Nicole, you're new. You weren't here during Black Friday. It's madness whenever products come off back order or come out for the very first time. It's a feeding frenzy because we're like sharks up in here.
Yeah, I believe it. No, and that's why I didn't not advertise, but say, oh, I'll take pre-orders, because I have no idea what I'm doing with that aspect of it. You know what I mean? So I was just curious as to kind of the gist of it, but you answered that. So it's cool.
Cool beans. Anybody else?
Marie, are we understanding that subscriptions, if I have someone who wants Airbrush subscription, they can get that on March 2nd for airbrush?
I believe so. I actually saw a few graphics floating around with the airbrush already on it. I did
I
not
saw
set
that.
myself up yet for my subscription. Did you guys look? Is it not available?
It is. It's not available.
Okay, that's what I
It's
thought.
an option, but all the shades are sold out.
Yeah, so I believe that on March 2nd, when the other colors come out, they will be available for the subscription
For the
service.
subscription. Okay.
Which is such a great upsell. I mean, you could spin this one of two ways. You could get all like, oh, that's annoying that there's not enough stock, or you could use it as an upsell opportunity in a conversation to get yourself a customer that's going to come back every 90 days for a refill. They're going to run
And
out
42
anyway.
is almost half of 99 anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's $49 for just the spray foundation.
42.
Why not add on a
Yeah.
concealer? Okay, so let's talk about the subscription for a second, because I have some great selling tips for you guys that might be helpful. So with the subscription, you're going to get wine. No, I can't promise that. I didn't even ask for this. That's enough. That is like, no, that's a definite enough. Listen. He's got ulterior motives. Don't even act like he's so chivalrous. He's got ulterior motives. Okay. So when it comes to the subscription service, you're going to get 4 products in the Flawless 4. They're going to have an option to change it every time they get their new reorder. And this is how I would market it. So not everybody, our concealer lasts forever, all right? I use one concealer all year long, but they might like to get a darker color concealer on their second round to use for contouring. So now you can help them color match. They can cream contour with a darker color in cashmere or velvet, depending on what their skin is. So that's one thing that they could do, swap it out, right? They could also get the setting spray one time, get the setting powder one time. They could get the foundation in like the spray, but then they could also get a pressed powder one time. There's a lot of different combinations. What I wanted to talk about mainly was the concealer option, because they can get a darker concealer, they could get a lighter concealer, and you could use the lighter concealer to really highlight and strobe your face. You could use the darker concealer to contour. Strobing and contouring are 2 parts of the actual face process. So the lighter parts is called strobing, the darker parts is called contouring. And then they could also maybe get one in their actual color to cover up blemishes. If they have a lot of acne, they're not going to want a lighter color that's 2 shades lighter on their chin. They need the same color there. So that's one of the things that they could do. Another thing that they could do is, hold on, let me just pull this up really quick. There was something else that I wanted to mention about the subscription for ways to market it. But 90 days is nothing for the foundation and the primer. That's a normal, reasonable rollout. But the concealer was the one thing where I was like, I don't really use the concealer that much. But you could also get the mascara. That's what it is. So that's, if they do it every 90 days, that's almost a whole year, right? So the first month they get the concealer, the second month they get the mascara, the third month they get the third subscription they get the darker concealer, the fourth subscription they get another mascara, because they're going to need another one at that point, and then wash, rinse, repeat, go back to get it. They're going to run out of the lighter concealer, start over. So that's the one good thing about them allowing concealer and mascara being interchangeable, and how you can show them ways to make this work for them. Use the concealer for contour, for highlight, and then fluctuate every other one with a mascara, and they're good to go. Okay, and then they're also always re-upping their foundation. And this is another reason you should, if you want to talk about selling points, everyone's skin tone changes throughout the seasons of the year. So while you might be, I'm taffeta in the winter, like if I don't get any sunlight, I'm pretty much like a little bit darker than a taffeta, but I could be upwards of a satin like 3 shades darker in the summertime. If I'm really basking in my glow and sun worshiping like I know I'm not supposed to, I can come close to Teresa's color. All right. So everyone's skin changes throughout the 4 seasons, and you should let them know that. Well, this is great because in the summertime, you'll be able to get your summer color. And you're not going to be wearing a color that's 2 shades too light for you. Sign up now while it's available. All right. So there's a lot of great ways to market that subscription. I posted some subscription math in our team. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or the day before. You guys, this is amazing. If you even got 1 or 2 of those a month, and you just focused on adding 1 or 2 of those a month, you will consistently be building a business that is unshakable. Because once people are set up for those things, they're not going to just, they have to really commit to canceling it. Once we lock ourselves in, I'm still on the Morphe Brush Club because I don't need any more brushes, but I just don't feel like going to cancel it. Like piggyback on their laziness. I know that sounds a little heartless, but it's true. Once they're locked into it, there's going to be they're going to have to find something that's earth-shattering to break them away from it. That's why I always say when you have a one-on-one with somebody, a play date, don't try to sell them. The first thing that you should ask them when you're doing your consult is what their favorite products are that they're using. Because I don't want to sell them those products. Because if they are in love with those products, they're going to judge anything that I share with them so harshly against what they love that it's not even worth it. Instead, what I focus on is what they don't love. So, okay, so that's great. That's what you love. What don't you love about your makeup routine? And then I fill in the gaps. And then they're going to find something that's good that they're not going to shake. Because once we find something that's good, we don't want to abandon it. We're not going to leave it. Same thing goes for your customers. Don't try to convince them to buy something that they don't need. Fill in the gaps with the good stuff. All right? Sorry, that was a long-winded answer to will you be able to get the sprays in the subscription in 3 days? That's how I roll. Anybody else want to ask a question? That's actually why you guys don't ask questions, right? Because it's
I have a question, Marie.
Yes, Michelle.
Am I understanding correctly that the spray foundation will only be available for a short time and then in the subscription and that's it?
That's what I was saying is I've heard it's going to be in limited quantities available right away. And I was explaining to Nicole that it's a feeding frenzy. So if you can get on and get them, but I do believe it's limited quantities. And once they're out, then it's only, and then they have a certain amount that's reserved for the subscriptions. So
Okay.
Once they get rid of their single stock, that's going to be all you can get. So I'm going to try to be on because I know I have lots of customers waiting on a few of the lighter shades, and I'm going to try and stock up a little bit. So if I can be their resource. You know, you want to be a problem solver. You want to be the person that's got the answer. So I don't have any sprays in my stock right now because since we've been back ordered, everybody's gobbled them up. So I need to stock up my kit a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be probably a one and done because, you know, if I'm thinking about stocking up, so is everyone else.
Right. Right.
So
okay.
Depending
I
on
just wanted to make sure that I understood that clear. So
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else with questions? All right, my loves. On that note, we will let you go. Thank you for tuning into the team call. I appreciate all of you guys taking time out of your busy lives to come and level yourself up in this business. I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to see what we do in March. I will talk to you next week.
Bye, kiddo.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.